a bit of pendulum, if I'm not mistaken, for Paul Nicholson to walk onto there. Usually a bit of Kasabian for him. Alex Roy's probably got no idea who they are. But a veteran Alex Roy and a dangerous, dangerous character. Paul Nicholson, the asset, knows what it's like to go all the way to a final on this European tour. Managed to do that in Sindelfingen, losing out to Wes Newton in the end. Again, we've seen flashes of the brilliance that the man from Newcastle, Australia, currently residing in Corby, can produce. Did so in winning his first and only major title to date, the Players' Championship. Up against Alex Roy, a man who's been around for absolutely years. It's the last remaining first round match here at the German Darts Masters. Dan Dawson in the commentary box alongside me, Mike Lawrence.
Yes, good evening once again. Yes, it's almost a decade ago that we saw Alex Roy reach quarter-finals in both the World Match Play and the UK Open. Last made the World Championships in 2011 after 13 consecutive appearances. He got helped out by Kevin Painter last year after a sponsor pulled out. Kevin Painter stepped in to help fund his appearance on the Pro Tour in 2013. And just inside the top 100 in the world and looking to make his way back up to those dizzy heights that he enjoyed when he first joined the PDC back in 1998. I bumped into Paul Nicholson in the players' room earlier on today, and he was wearing a bright yellow shirt, and I did a double take and said, "Is that a new playing shirt there, Paul?" And what it was a shirt for the Columbus Crew MLS football team, or should I say soccer team.
Soccer team, yeah.
Paul said he's had a little break in America and decided to treat himself to a Columbus Crew shirt. But he is the man in black on stage tonight.
And presumably Corby Town don't do much for him.
I know they've had quite a few problems of Corby Town on and off the field in recent months. Yes, the man with the Geordie accent plays international darts for Australia and now lives in Northamptonshire, if you can work that one out.
25. Just deciding here who will get to be throwing first in this one. And it's going to be Alex Roy. Shake of the hands. And off we go. Alex Roy with the advantage of throwing first. The winner of this one goes through to the second round to play Kim Huybrechts, the Belgian, whose brother Ronnie was eliminated in the first match of the day. Jarkko Kamula, making him pay for 6 missed match darts.
Yes, the second round shaping up very nicely indeed. Kim Huybrechts awaiting the winner of this one. And all the details and the schedule for tomorrow's second round will be on the PDC website, or if you follow the Twitter feed at official PDC. We're back from 1 o'clock and then 7 o'clock local time here in Germany. Midday or 6 p.m. if you're watching in the UK. And the big guns, the top 16 seeds, all coming in tomorrow. We've got the likes of Michael van Gerwen, Phil Taylor, Adrian Lewis, Dave Chisnell, Peter Wright.
Yeah, we've already seen Peter Wright on stage this evening. Took on the German boxer Arthur Abrahams. I don't think he'll be playing in quite the same vein tomorrow. Leaving himself 50, deliberately throwing 2 out the board and having a go at the bull to try and finish off.
Yes, it was a nice little exhibition match on the stage to kick off the evening's proceedings here.
Actually, to be honest with Peter Wright, you can never rule things out. Throwing from one knee, taking a little walkabout in the middle of visits to the board and trying to G the crowd up. Got a few tricks in the box. Bit of a slow start to this one, it has to be said, but Paul Nicholson looking to ignite it. And he'd take a ton 40. Or 137.
Alex Roy's been turning out on the Challenge Tour this year. His best results so far are last 16. 102. match in Reading about 3 weeks ago. Paul Nicholson took part in this German Masters last year. Went down 6-4 to James Wade in the second round. So no shot out possible for Alex Roy there. Unable to take out the 1-4-2. So he's let Nicholson in for an early break of throw if he can take out this 1-2-1. Treble 17 would leave the bullseye, does leave the bullseye for an early break then.
Well, Paul Nicholson saves the best till last. It was a pretty scrappy leg, if we're honest. It took 5 visits for Alex Roy to get a treble. But he has just gifted an opportunity to Paul Nicholson, and the asset has seized upon it. 121 checkout. The moment of real quality in that leg. And maybe that's what the man needs just to kick into gear. A little bit more like it from Alex Roy, finding the treble 19 a couple of times.
These two last played each other back in 2012, a UK Open qualifier, a preliminary round match which Alex won 6-5.
More like it from Paul Nicholson with 2 in the treble 20, and the third one as well. Jamming him in the corner of the treble bed for a first maximum of the match. And how about that for a response? And Alex Roy with a kind of confused showboat.
How many times have we seen that already today? Back-to-back 180s from opponents.
And how about this? This could be 6 perfect darts from Paul Nicholson. It is! A 180 followed by a 161. You do not see better visits than that. Superb stuff from Paul Nicholson. He took out 121 in the first leg on the bullseye. This was even better. 161, and it followed a 180.
Well, we saw a 156 outshot on the first match of the afternoon, which seems a long time ago now. And are we going to bookend it with the highest finish of the tournament so far? 161. Superb stuff from Paul Nicholson, showing what he can do. And those flashes of brilliance we have seen since he took that maiden title back in 2010 in the Players' Championship final.
Well, he's found his range now. Paul Nicholson. You can see the frustration. He expected that to be another maximum. Well, if you didn't like that exchange in the previous leg, you don't like darts. 180. Roy hits back with another 180. And Nicholson comes back over the top of him with a 161 on the ball. Magic stuff.
Alex has left himself a bogey number there, 166. No outshot from there. Nicholson will just look to try and put pressure on it, but unable to find a big treble.
And that helps him. Well, 98 will leave him a 2-darter potentially. Paul Nicholson will need to find a couple of trebles of his own to apply the pressure. That really doesn't help. But if he can stick 2 in the treble 20, that's a mile away. Oh, you got 6 darts from here, Alex. Take your time. Double top he wants. Just a little bit shy, and I think he'd prefer to be missing that high than missing low.
So a great opportunity to get that first leg on the board and maybe settle any nerves. I'm sure Alex Roy Doesn't look like a man who suffers from nerves and has been on the dart circuit for many, many years, but always does just feel better to get rid of that O beside your name, and he does so.
Yeah, so he's back in contention. But it was just a hold of throat, and Paul Nicholson does have that break. So he still knows that holding his throat will be enough to win the match.
100.
A level ton for him. Means that Roy has to find something a little bit special himself. Moves across the oche, trying to find the ton 40.
100.
Alex Roy did beat Steve Maish, Kevin Thomas, who's been in good form of late, and a former world champion Richie Burnett in qualifying for this tournament.
91.
So he's had to jump through some pretty major hoops just to be here.
60.
And just a little bit of a lull in the proceedings, giving the crowd a chance to burst into song again after that blistering opening couple of legs, which saw Paul Nicholson race to that 2-0 lead.
43.
Well, he's taken out 161. Can he go even better with a 170 here?
I don't think he'd go for it even if the first two do go in the treble 20. You never know with Paul. He might fancy doing something to just try and get the crowd on his side. It's academic now anyway, but with Alex Roy back on 239, there's no real need to go for it. He may go for bullseye here to leave double top. Does so. You've got to say, on bullseye, he's been pretty electric so far tonight.
Well anticipated, Dan.
60. We require 40.
Well, all the time in the world for the asset to re-establish that two-leg lead. Beautiful stuff. And Paul Nicholson is 3-1 up.
He's halfway
59.
to a second round appearance against Kim Hybrex tomorrow.
3 for 3 on the doubles, and 2 of them with a bullseye. And that looks a great dart for Paul Nicholson. It's no wonder he's followed it in with a second. And the third wasn't much of a surprise either. A second maximum of the match for Paul Nicholson. And Alex Roy. Oh, well. It would have been his second as well, in similar circumstances to the first.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see back-to-back 180s. But another 180 here would make things very interesting indeed for Paul Nicholson.
Oh, just a little bit shy. I thought it was in for a second. This crowd have been baying for a 9-darter all day. We've seen a number of people kick off with 180s. Nobody's managed to set it up completely yet.
26.
I think 5 perfect darts is the most we've seen. Paul Nicholson here, though, a big score he knows will give him a chance of another break of throat. Well, needs the ton, really. Yes, gets it. So he's got a sniff of a chance. Alex Roy, all he can do is set this up. Well, a ton, it might be enough. So 136 for Paul Nicholson. He's already taken out a 161 and a 121. Not going to happen. But he is going to set it up very, very nicely. And he'll be back to double top if Alex Roy can't see off 76. Double 18 he wants. He's only going to get one dart at it, and he's He's missed it by quite some distance.
We require 40.
So Paul Nicholson, he hasn't missed a shot at a double yet. He can continue that trend. He's got a second breaker throw. And he looks to be moving inexorably towards the second round, and this is absolutely flawless on the finishing from Paul Nicholson.
Well, this is the best we've seen Nicholson play for some time on the big stage.
You can see there, an 18-dart leg to start the match. It was a pretty scrappy opening leg that was crowned by that brilliant 1-2-1 checkout. A 12-darter with that 1-6-1. And a 16-13 darter for Paul Nicholson. So he's hovering round about that 100 average. He's on 98 and a bit at the minute.
To be fair to Paul, he did reach the fourth round of the UK Open in Minehead before he came up against Terry Jenkins, but he hits another 1080. Yeah, another 1080 for Nicholson. As I say, Terry Jenkins was in imperious form in Minehead, and Nicholson went out 5-9 to the ball. But he's hitting 1080s for fun tonight.
Well, a little bit of a slack visit there, but the way he's been going and hitting bullseye, 1-3-2, which is a bull double 16 finish. We quite fancy him to get close to this. We shall see. Well, he's gone for treble 20 anyway because Roy is so far back. He didn't need to go the bull 16s route. Maybe he should have done because he hit 5 treble 5. And just the 40 off, and Alex Roy needs something massive just to stay in contention here.
140.
Well, it's good, but it may not be good enough because Paul Nicholson is looking to go within a leg of the second round and a place to face Kim Huybrechts tomorrow in this German Darts Masters. We'll have to go for treble 17. Well, he's set it up very nicely at least.
Yes, he does have a bit of time with Roy still not on a finish. And Roy not doing a great deal to pressurise the shot. Double 16 then to go to within one leg of victory here. The final first round match coming to a conclusion here at the Maritime Hotel in Berlin.
Well, that is the first dart he's missed at a double. But it doesn't matter because he takes it out with his second. And you won't begrudge him a missed dart when you've hit 5 out of 6.
Among the matches you'll see tomorrow, Robert Thornton against Vincent van der Voort. That should be a goodie. Stephen Bunting against Justin Pipe. Ian White against Ronnie Baxter. Ronnie Baxter seeing off and out of sorts Raymond van Barneveld earlier today. Steve Beaton, who won this event last year, up against Steve Douglas.
Yeah, I saw Beaton earlier on, grabbing a spotted dinner. The bronze, the Donis. He can make shoveling chips into his mouth look sexy, and that's pretty sexy darts from Paul Nicholson. 180 number 4 from the Assets.
72.
He's looking to end this, and he's looking to end this in a hurry, Paul Nicholson. He's hit 4 180s. He's averaging in the mid to high 90s. He's looking to snuff out any hope that Alex Roy had. Well, there you go, 99 average at the moment. Although that'll drag it down. Yeah, it's not been Alex Roy's night. That's a decent visit from him. But it really hasn't been his night. And Paul Nicholson is going to get at least 6 darts from here to close out the victory. He may go ball. No, he stayed there.
115.
So 115 then for the match for Paul Nicholson from Corby in Northamptonshire, to see off the man who lives not too far down the road, the ace of Hertfordshire in Watford.
99.
But he's given Roy a chance here to get another leg on the board. He needs the bullseye.
Always going to be difficult with that first dart. Was covering up the bullseye. He only had a tiny fraction of it to aim for, and that means Paul Nicholson's got 3 darts in his hand and he's looking at double-8 for a 6-1 win. It's been an impressive display from the man they call the asset. He thought that was in, I think. He was halfway to the board.
Thank you.
Well, he's having a move across. Just tries to compose himself. That's arrowed in. It's covered up even more of that double-8. I'm not sure where else he can move on the stage to try and open up this target.
No score.
Well, that is 3 match darts.
Alex Roy 43.
Well, interesting. Double 16, double 8. Roy does have to get this, and he does, to keep his hopes alive of staying in this German Darts Masters.
A blank ball to throw first. Game on.
Well, with his last dart in his hand, he keeps his hopes alive. I'm not sure Nicholson was that impressed with some of the German crowd, giving him the big build-up to those potential match-winning darts.
60.
I'll be honest, it's not the most out-of-ordinary thing you'll see happen at on the big stage. But then again,
100.
a Paul Nicholson reaction to the crowd isn't the most out of the blue thing you'll see happen either. Just got to gather his thoughts, though. He is still in a fantastic position in this match, and if he carries on playing like he is doing here, that's a 180, and that is not only his 5th 180 of the match. He has hit 180s for 4 legs running.
Superb standard to end the night here. But Nicholson will go again to try and get over that finishing line.
Superb stuff from Paul Nicholson. Back-to-back 180s. This is really, really impressive from the asset. He's just shrugged off those disappointing mismatched darts and gone again.
81.
And he's on a potential 11 darter here. Can he take this out and seal a 6-2 win? Treble 19. Double 12 he wants for an 11 darter to finish it in style. And double 6 for a 12 darter isn't so bad either. Well, 2 more match darts go begging, but it is not the end of the world, because Alex Roy is quite some way back.
And it'll be interesting to see if the crowd do give him the big build-up for each of these attempts at double 6 now for the match.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of a build-up here. It's down to Paul Nicholson to find that double 3. And there it is, and Paul Nicholson. He was flawless on the doubles early on. He stuttered a little bit towards the end, but 6 180s always kept him in charge against Alex Roy. It is the asset who is